Welcome to Chuck's Corner, Halloween edition. We're going to have a great time today. I'm going to review some spooky magic and some really cool stuff, okay? Now let me get started. Let me get a quick drink here. That's pretty good. All right, first of all, we're going to have a card selected. And we can show the pack is all different. We can give it a shuffle. And I would ask a spectator normally just to say stop whenever they want. So we're just going to go through. I'll say stop. All right, stop. And they look at the card. I place the deck together and put it into the pack. Now what I have here is something very cool. I have a strange looking little board. Okay. And inside of here we have an ancient spooky hand. Ooh. And we're going to place the hand right up here like so. And this is a haunted hand. Will you help me find the playing card? Watch very closely. Oh my goodness. Look at that. It said yes. Okay, was the card an ace? Was it a 2, 3, 4? Oh, it said the card was a 4. Was it a red card? How about a black card? It said the card was a black card. Was it a spade? How about a club? The card is indeed the 4 of clubs. And the hand is not attached to the board in any way. I'm going to show you what this is. You can buy this, believe it or not. This is what the original form looks like. It's a cheap toy, okay? And you can find these laying around. It's called the fortune-telling hand. It comes in a little box. You can find these actually pretty reasonable, okay? And I think there's a friend of mine out in California. He found these for like on a discount store for like $1.50, and you get the board and you get the hand, okay? And the hand is just a piece of plastic. And it's called the fortune-telling hand. And because underneath it has the different lines where you can read somebody's palm and so forth. And what I did was I just dabbed it with some brown paint to make it look old, and I painted the fingernails. All right, so you could do that to suit however you want to do it. Now the board itself, I kind of repainted a little bit, make it look more mysterious. I put some lace or some fringe around it. And I painted, I like purple. Purple's cool. With yellow, it kind of stands out, pops out a little bit. All right. And I can't tell you exactly how this works because it's not my trick, but it's very easy to work. You just lay it here and it's under your control at all time. Like you could say wrap 3 times. 1, 2, 3. I mean, it really is amazing. I mean, there's magic ones carved from wood. Okay, that I've seen, and I've actually had a few in my collection. They cost thousands of dollars. I mean, this, you know, you can find for $5, $10, if you're lucky, even like $1. So I would definitely put this into your spooky routine. If there's any kids out there or adults who like to do something spooky, this is it. You could scare the heck out of somebody. Oh, and get some type of a bag. What I did was I just put a piece of cloth and I sewed it. And I'm not a good seamstress, but you just basically fold it, you put some stitches in, and it looks better if you carry the hand in a mysterious bag. Don't just have it laying out there, okay? Now we're going to go to the card selection. I'm going to teach you guys how to do a couple of card force, then I'll teach you how to make a card rise. All right, this is an ordinary pack of cards. Okay, what I'm doing is when I'm shuffling the pack, I'm glancing at the bottom card. Okay, when I'm done shuffling, I actually glance at the card and I'm telling you to say stop anywhere at all. Wherever you stop, it doesn't matter. That's the Ace of Hearts. Boom. Okay, if I was to shuffle again, I say stop anywhere you like. That's stop. That's a 3 of Hearts. Okay, it's called the Hindu force. Now let me explain it to you. It's going to feel strange doing this at first, but you'll get the hang of it. So shuffle the cards away from the audience. Glance at the bottom card. You're going to lay it in your left hand facing down. You're going to hold it by your second finger over here and your thumb over here. Your right hand comes over top and you're stripping out the cards from the bottom. That 10 of Hearts stays on the bottom. At this point, you're going to just strip the top part like that, just a little bit, and let them drop in your hand. So if you want to slow this down on your player, and then when the spectator says stop, you raise it up, and it's the 10 of Hearts. So it looks really cool. So like I said, I fought a lot of people with this. And okay, right now I know it's the 9 of Spades. It's the force card. So you're going to strip, stripped from the top, that 9 is never moved. It looks like it's well shuffled too. You say anytime you'd like to stop, and they say stop. Boom. All right. Now I'm going to teach you how to make a card rise or float. This is really cool. All right. You have a card selected. You could spread them. You could, maybe if you have a table, spread them out. Have a card selected. It doesn't matter which one. All right. And what you do is you show the card. All right. And I'll take a look at it also. You have them placed on top of the pack. And you shuffle the pack. Okay. Now, no wires, no strings attached in any way. You're going to basically get the pack of cards, hold it in your hand, you gesture, and look. It slowly starts to rise, and it kind of like pops out. All right, I'm going to teach you how to do that. There's a couple simple moves, okay? When they replace it onto the top of the deck, you stand it up facing the audience. Your 2 center fingers of the left hand come underneath. It looks like a fair shuffle from the front. What you're doing is your 2 fingers are holding pressure on the back of that card. So you're stripping out the cards, but because you're holding pressure, the card never leaves the top. All right, that's the first part. You have to retain the card in the top position. The second part, you're going to stand it up facing up in your hand, in your left hand. While you're talking, you're going to kind of push it over a little bit, all right? And you're going to get a break from your thumb underneath. It looks kind of weird, but that's all you have to do. Okay? And at this point, you're going to kind of hold it from up top. While you're talking, now this is behind the scenes, along your second finger, you're going to bend it. And that creates the needed pressure to make this thing rise. Okay? If you could go slower, here, we'll do the 2 of clubs. There's a knack. If you could even do it slower, that's even better. So it's bent. And when you gesture toward it, if you can make it go slower, that's probably even a little bit better. And all 5 fingers are visible. Okay? And you're going to straighten the bend out when you pull it out. You don't want them to see it's bent. Okay, so that's a really, really cool way to freak some people out. Okay, what we're trying to do is scare people. All right? Magic is fun when you scare the heck out of people. I always thought so anyway. All right, let me do a couple of things here. Here's something I built. This is a jumbo pack of cards. I built this years ago. We're going to take off maybe the top 3 or 4 cards and just lay them down. A spectator is free to choose whatever one they want. Let's assume that they chose this one here. Okay, and I'll take a look at it also. That happens to be the 10 of diamonds. I'm going to break the pack a little bit, just like this. And I'm going to insert that card into the pack, maybe a quarter of the way down. All right, and you just lay it on your table. All right, since it's so close to Halloween, we're in the Halloween season. I'm going to sit over here a little bit. Now watch. We're going to gesture toward the pack. Watch. Concentrate on the card. Uh-oh, it's cutting itself. Can you see that? Oh my goodness. Out just a little bit further. This is pretty scary stuff. Here we go. Out a little bit further. Terrific. Stop. Come on back. As you can see, the pack is going back. It just made a complete cut. And there's 1 card that is protruding from the pack. Would it be amazing if that was your selected playing card? And of course, that is the 10 of diamonds. This is based along a haunted pack, okay? So if you look up haunted pack, there's several different methods to do this, okay? Usually with a string type of effect. This is all electronic. I built this myself, okay? And it can actually fit into a card box. It's pretty cool. I've actually used this many, many times for close-up or whatever. It's a great effect. You could probably do it on stage, but the audience would be level with it. It's very difficult to see. All right, but again, look up Haunted Pack on YouTube, Haunted Magician's Deck of Cards. All right, and there's a lot of different methods. All right, I'm going to show you something over here if I can. I like anything that's spooky, anything that's gory. This is an old finger chopper. Now this is a stainless steel one. It goes back probably to the early 60s. All right, and as you can see, if you pull up, there's the blade right here. And I have a couple little carrots. That's a perfect fit, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, it actually cuts. And that sucker could be dangerous. Now what's neat about this, if you get a little teeny carrot and you place it in there like so, all right, you put your finger back, or spectators, watch. It'll go down and cut the carrot, but it will not cut your finger. I mean, that's a pretty scary little deal there. Look, here's even a piece of carrot hanging there. But these are made nowadays in plastic. Okay, they're not as good. Like I said, this goes probably to the mid 60s. All right, and I was born in 1964, so this is probably around the time I was born. You can look around on a used list, look for vintage finger choppers if you're looking for a really good one. They have plastic versions. They're not as good, but they still work. You know, things they're not made as good as they used to be, unfortunately. But check around if you want to find some vintage ones like this. This will scare the heck out of somebody. All right, so that's an example of some of the finger choppers that I use. If you want to start a haunted house, this is a cool book. How to Operate a Haunted House Financially Successfully. And this is by Philip Morris. This is a cool book. I highly recommend it. I got some really good ideas in here. Look, I even took notes in here. And there's some really cool stuff in here. I mean, I would highly recommend going through this book. There's some fantastic ideas. I give all the credit to Philip Morris Company, which is Morris Costume. Look, they got a bunch of different things in here, even a form of a blue room effect, where you have the glass and it gets dark on one side, light on another. You can make things vanish and so forth. The gorilla, I mean, some really, really cool stuff. If you're looking to put on maybe a haunted attraction or something like this would be the book to get. Once again, How to Operate a Financially Successful Haunted House. All right, it's a nice thick book. It'll fit on your bookcase really good. All right, I hope you've had fun, and happy Halloween.